All right, sorry about that. So let's start over. So how is everyone? No, just kidding. Okay. So let me just share the screen. Big recap, because like a Muppet, I forgot to push record. We're saying massive cup and handle here. There's the cup, there's the handle. Yes, it's not textbook. If you really want to go textbook, this is a W sign. This is a bottom formation. We should be off the races once we break 107,000. 107,000 is what I'm looking at for confirmation of continuation. And we should go up to 116 to 120K. Could we go down? Yes, of course. I don't believe we are. Maybe we come down again over here to maybe 102 and then go up. We'll see. But generally speaking, I'm bullish. Okay. Generally speaking. Um, and this is like for people wondering what a cup and handle is. This, even though not textbook, if we didn't have this mini like this, like in between here, this would be the cup. This would be the handle now coming up to challenge that lip. Just like we saw this massive cup and handle here, and we went up, we might be looking at the same thing over here, but on a smaller scale. Now, as for altcoins, we are going to have an alt season, in my opinion. It's not that we're not going to have an alt season, but it is going to be a bit different. What's going to be a bit different? Maybe we have segments or narratives run within altcoins rather than have all altcoins just go up and do their thing generally, right? So last time it was throw a dart, whatever you hit, as long as it's not XRP, will go up. This time it's you have to have your portfolio set up. And this is not just because there's thousands and thousands of coins being released every day. I mean, meme coins, AI agents, this, that. It's like this time round, everyone's making their own coins. It's like you don't even need to be a developer. So that's why we have so many coins, and yes, rightfully so. That does add to the whole confusion. But I don't think that's the exact reason because usually markets have a way of washing these out and correcting out. People get wrecked and they stop that. That's not the case. The biggest case is the whole fundamentals this time is different. I'm not talking about Trump. I'm not talking about ETFs. I'm talking about in 2021, we had the virus that shall remain unnamed going around. Everybody was locked in their house. Everybody was bored out their minds. Everybody got stimulus checks. Everyone got paychecks, and everyone was watching YouTube videos. YouTube videos were going crazy. And guess what? Some of those YouTube videos were crypto videos, and everybody was looking at green and red candles all day. So anything, so, and there was less, so everything was going up. This time, money's coming into the Bitcoins, the potential ETFs, the potential reserves, the potential this, the potential that, which is a good thing, in my opinion. And there's less speculation on smaller coins. Now, of course, these coins will go up because as more money comes into Bitcoin and so on, you're going to have whale games inside the altcoin sort of part of the market. But the difference is the most gains, if not all the gains, are going to be made in narratives. What are these narratives? Very simple. Meme coins probably won't be going anywhere soon. They won't be going away. Meaning we will still have many meme seasons, maybe even a full-blown meme season again. New narrative, new type of meme coins. I made videos about this. I've talked about this. We understand this. There will be AI. AI will do very well, including AI agents. Maybe it condenses a little bit, but at some point, AI agents are going to go rampant. And of course, American-made crypto, which is cryptocurrencies based in the US, as long as Trump either fulfills or reminds people of his promise of making them tax-free. Remember, news that's coming is always more powerful than news that's happened. So a lot of people, that's why a lot of news that comes out are sell the news events. That's why when something happens, you're like, oh my God, why isn't the price going up? Well, because there's no more news to wait for. But we still have news to wait for. That's what really keeps a bull market going. And this time it's zero tax on crypto. It's Bitcoin Reserve. It's maybe XRP becomes Bitcoin Reserve, which I don't believe it will. But you never know. If America wants to go bankrupt, that's fine. There's different things that whatchamacallit, that happened. I just heard my dog and I lost my train of thought. So we're looking at narratives, AI agents, meme coins, and of course, American-made crypto. You also have DeFi or PayFi, if you will, that's coming. But that is probably not going to be till next bull market as its own little thing. Gaming may or may not come. If it does come, it has to be stacked with AI, and it won't be every single project. So we'll see how that goes. So if you notice, if it was gaming last time, it's AI this time. Everybody waiting for gaming, anticipate gaming. Yes, it will come. Yes, you should hold it. But you have to understand that the narrative is American-made crypto and AI, maybe a little gaming, and so on. The important thing is to combine these trends. So again, always look at trend stacking. So what do I mean in this particular moment? Well, if you have an American-made crypto and it's also AI, it's a pretty obvious choice. Oh, so what's an American-made crypto that's also AI? Well, Render comes to mind. It's AI, it's also DePIN, it's also American-made. People are kind of ignoring it. AIOZ is taking all the shine, but I do think Render is going to run at some point. Then you may have what's another American-made crypto? Well, there's Base, right? There's Base. It's an actual chain. It's also a new chain. So that's two narratives right there. Coinbase as a chain plus American-made crypto. Add AI to that. You have virtual protocol and AI agents, which is also now going to Solana, which is also an AI, which is also a cryptocurrency that's American-based. So there you go. We're trend stacking now. So more than likely, these narratives will make the most gains. Which ones particularly or specifically, we have no fucking idea. We have to take a venture capitalist approach, but just make sure we don't spread ourselves too thin. So that's the whole thesis there. Now, looking at the crypto bubbles, if we just go to the top 100 real quick, I don't know what S is. This can't be Sonic. Okay, fine. All right, we'll see that it's pretty much a green day. We are seeing like the Fart coin taking the back seat right here. I do think Fart coin will do well. It still will go up. We probably missed the biggest run, maybe, potentially. But Fart coin is your meme coin with utility. If you don't know what the utility of Fart coin is, no, I'm not going to make a funny pun here. Its utility is actually an AI. It's an AI agent. And what it's doing, it's learning the performance of how things are moving in the market and it's feeding it back. So it actually is a meme coin with some utility. As for Butthole, which I've recommended, which is doing extremely well, you're not seeing it on Crypto Bubbles because it's not on here, has potential to go up as well. I'm not gonna even, you know what? I'm not even gonna do this. It's probably going up. It's probably doing well. I actually again bought the wrong one or I got scammed. I'm happy for everybody that got in. But yeah, when you multitask, rule learned, and I keep on saying this, and it happens now and then, and this is because I'm being very transparent. I don't need to be perfect, and I want you to learn from my mistakes as well. When you multitask, for example, answering a message in a group while answering a sponsor, while trying to set something up, and at the same time trading, and you're in a rush because, I don't know, you have to make a YouTube video, you have to watch what you're exchanging for. And I exchanged it for Butthole coin in Phantom Wallet, and it wasn't the real Butthole coin or something went wrong. Regardless, it's fine. I got in after. It went up, of course, quite a bit, and I got in regardless as a risk play. 500, whatever happens, happens. If I lose it, I don't care. Same with Fartcoin. That's my view when it comes to meme coins. You put 500 euros in, you forget about stop losses, you leave it there. If it makes a significant change, fine. If it doesn't, forget about it. It's over. Never chase it again. Never look back. And that is our risk part of our portfolio where we get to do whatever we want and whatever we like. Looking at our top picks over here, our favorites, we are seeing Ethereum starting to break out. This is a good sign, but everyone's saying, oh my God, it's changed. Look, it's now beating Bitcoin. It's now this, it's now that. And yes, it is. The thing is, it's only done it for a day or two. Let's not get too happy. Let's not get too excited. Yes, it's good. We hope This may be a sign, whatever. We welcome it. Hello, ETH. How you doing? Good to see you again. But let's not take it as a given. The market is doing well today, kind of, but not crazy well. Fetch, as I said, we went down quite a bit towards the dollar, was where you would say, yeah, if that breaks, we'll have a problem. We've seen it bounce from there, so that's not doing too bad. Um, AI taking a bit of a backseat with what happened. Now other coins are pumping. This is a good thing, actually. It's a good thing to see rotation. Meme coins, other than Brett Penguins went down a lot, by the way, but other than Brett, we're holding these meme coins like SPX, Fartcoin, a bit of Trump. No, we're not holding Melania, Snack, and Doge. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying whatever. These are the ones we're looking at, and our smaller positions right now, as you can see, are some of our AI agents are taking a hit while others are holding well. It's just the way this is. We have to see what happens. There's a lot of confusion, people taking profits, this, that, and so on. Looking at various, which are the ones we're not in right now, or at least I am not in right now, but you could be in, other than Super, because I may or may not hold Super, and still haven't figured it out. These are coins that we were either in or got out at some point, or I did anyway. There are some that I suggest you stay out, for example, GFAL and so on. There are others like Cetus, where if you're in, that's fine. CPOOL, you're in, that's fine, and so on. And this is just because I had to get out of a lot of positions. And as you can see, I got out of a lot because even I fall into traps where I'm holding more coins that could possibly follow. And these are just the ones on crypto bubbles. So with that said, we're seeing a move to the higher caps from, if I'm not mistaken. We're seeing Beam, ETH, Fetch, Link. Let's see if this continues, and maybe we'll trickle down as we usually do. So that's what we're looking at in the markets right now. And before people ask me, are you bullish, are you bearish? Like pretty much we don't know. We're in a range. We're trying to see where we're going to break. It's been a very difficult bull market in my opinion, which is great. As I always say, not everyone's going to get rich. Most people are going to get wrecked. It's just the rules of the game. And that's what's been happening by not pumping game coins and having AI agents. And when everyone gets the AI agents and something else goes up, and you have not a black swan event, but an unpredicted event like DeepSync, where it's overrated and everyone's getting out for no reason whatsoever because they think it's going to impact AI agents somehow, which it isn't. It's a hard market, and it gets harder each time because, as I said, you have to find the rhyming point because the market tries to find the rhyming point to get everybody wrecked. But so far, if you've been doing portfolios with me, you should either be in profit or at least not be much in a loss compared to other people because you are holding Bitcoin and Solana, maybe Sui, right? Right? You're holding
Yeah,
Bitcoin? Yes?
that's
I
what
know a
set my
lot of people
Bitcoin.
ignore the
Right.
Bitcoin part.
Yeah.
A lot of people ignore I mean, I do coaching with a lot of people. Half of the VIP factor is coaching people. They do one-on-one coaching. And most of you, I'm like, oh, Paul has got this and that. I'm like, okay, you're holding your Bitcoin. You should be fine. He's like, I didn't get the Bitcoin. I'm like, why not? Well, I thought it's only 2x, so I got into the other coins. Like, it is important to hold Bitcoin in your portfolio because it gives you the chance to buy the dips with Bitcoin, keep you exposed to crypto, but also when you have dips, you still have that Bitcoin and look at it. It's the main narrative of this bull market. We know this. We've been talking about this. This is why we called an earlier run to all-time highs. I mean, it was because of all this narrative being a Bitcoin narrative. So obviously, Bitcoin in your portfolio is extremely important. Very important. Also, Solana, it wasn't, yes, it ran. It might only do a 2, 3x from now on, maybe 4. It's a 2, 3x, maybe 4 is a lot better than a maybe 20, 30x. And I had a discussion today with somebody, a coaching client, who's not in the VIP group, because I have some coaching clients that just are not in the VIP group because they don't use Telegram or they don't speak English. because they're Cypriot or whatever. Um, you you know it's fuck, I just lost my train of thought. Give me 1 second. I'll get it. I'll bring it right back. Shit, what was I gonna say? Give me a second here. They don't buy Bitcoin. There's 2-3x. I've lost my train of thought. But yeah, there's a lot of people that even though we're in the coaching and I say buy Bitcoin, they don't buy Bitcoin because they don't understand the concept of you having to hold Bitcoin in your portfolio. Um, it just has to be in it, especially in this bull market. Maybe in the last bull market you would have gotten away with it. But again, that's why a lot of people are getting wrecked. All these influencers, they're getting wrecked because they're not holding Bitcoin. Unless they're Bitcoin maxis, but they're not because like, why should I hold Bitcoin? Now is the time for alts. No, you always hold Bitcoin, especially in a Bitcoin-driven bull market. Um, so yeah, and it was something I wanted to say that was actually quite important. Just give me 1 second. Maybe it comes to me. I just have to go back and think of my call because it was today. It's not coming to me. This is ridiculous. Okay, it's not coming to me. So anyway, maybe it'll come to me later on. But bottom line is the rhyming points are this, and you want to be holding Bitcoin as well. For all the reasons I said in the video, plus one more that I can't remember right now. Now, with that said, few things that are coming. By the way, there is a discount for the lifetime membership right now, 35%. I actually made a mistake. It was not supposed to be 35%. It was supposed to be 25%. But now that I put it up there, it's going to be 35% because I already put it up there. And I said it's going to be a few days. There won't be another discount like this. It will be very improbable. If you're not a VIP member for life and you like being a VIP member, get in. It'll be fun. It'll be cool. And it also helps me out. It helps me do more things as well. The course I'm working on is coming out. Now it's at 997. It's going to go to 1297 very quickly. And it's going to go up to 1497 and 1997 very quickly within the year, first part of the year. And you will also, if you buy the course, you will also get this. And I will tell you what this is in 1 second. But you will also get this. And this is called, and this is the beta, this is not the final product, this is being built as we speak. This is called the factor line. And the factor line is an indicator that you can use that tells you when to buy and sell based on the way I trade and what I look at. And we're trying to find a way to put more things into it that allows me to call tops and bottoms, which really doesn't exist. And if this looks confusing to you, don't worry. Each one of these are actually candles. You can't really see it. We're going to make it more pronounced, but each one of these are candles. As you can see here to the left, this is a candle. This is just a candle with volume bars inside because volume is key. And then what we're going to make the volume on the wick a lighter shade so you can see the wick. And then each orange part is where you have the most volume of the day and also serves as an extra indicator to get in. But this will have moving averages. It will have a bunch of things on there. It will be less confusing. There's nothing like this that really exists. We're trying to make it so that it's different. It will tell you when to buy, when to sell. It will measure sentiment and it will have contrarian indicators in it. And it will not be good for day trading. I would not use it for day trading. This is clearly a swing trading indicator. You run it in TradingView, you trade like the crypto factor. You buy the course, you get this for free for life. And I teach you in the course how to use it. And this will help you learn technical analysis because I will start teaching what each part is and everything the way I do it. It's the only way I can teach you in time. Otherwise, you have to read 10 books, learn everything, and I don't know which one you're going to just learn how I do it. And the best way to learn how I do it is to have my indicator. This does not exist anywhere else. It will cost $129 a month if somebody wants to buy it. But if you get the course, it will be for free for life. So it's excellent value. There's no other way to get it free for life. I have full rights to this. I bought crypto, the factorline.com. I'm working with people on it. It's going to be huge. And again, it's going to have when to get in. It's going to have bars. It's going to have like percentages, like 60% bullish. Like what I do and talk about in my TA, it's all going to be in here. I'm actually very, very excited. It's being built as we speak. As you can see graphically, I don't think like anything like this exists either in TradingView or anywhere else. So it's going to be fun. So that's what I'm working on. We're also opening up our company in Dubai. So if anybody in Dubai will see me there very soon. If you do want to get the course, I highly, highly recommend you get it before the price goes up. I was telling you it's going to go up. It did go up. It's going to go more up. It's got the indicator in there. I mean, the indicator itself is a no-brainer. And this is because I get a lot of requests for people to teach them how to trade and how I trade. And it's very hard to pile everything I know into a course or one-on-ones. So just have the indicator, and then on the indicator, I can show you how I would use it, and that's basically how it is. So that's another
Quick
thing.
question on that.
Sorry?
Quick question on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Does your course teach you how to use the indicators? Like,
Yes.
okay.
My indicator, not
Right.
all indicators. My indicator has and everything I personally use, it's in the course. It's in the indicator, and I will teach you around the indicator. So it is a way to learn technical analysis from me, yes, and it will also be a lot faster than me teaching you everything I know about technical analysis, which you will not use because this is what I use. Everything I use is in this indicator. It's specifically made for me so I can trade, but also teach people how to trade my style. And again, it's a long-term indicator. It's not gonna. It is gonna become automated, so you can't fire. You will be able to fire it up so it can buy and sell for you, but that's in the future. It is not a day trading tool. I have not tested it on day trading, so because I'm not a day trader, it's more of a swing trader because I wanted to have the way it will work. I wanted to fire more precisely. It will fire less times, but it will be better entries. So maybe it's an entry every couple of weeks or a couple of months. But as long as it's in that entry, you don't need to get out until it tells you to get out. And it will even give you the percentages on how to get out. And then on that, on depending on how much percentage it's better to get out, let's say I'm 50, 60% bearish, then in our trading, I will tell you in that case, you get out so much of your position and so on. Tell you when to buy back, and it's gonna be. It's a we're really working on it. It's one of the biggest companies in the world that comes to these indicators are working on it with me. They are based in Dubai. Everything's in Dubai. So yeah, that's the exciting news. It's one of the reasons why I'm very tired lately. Even though I have a video editor and a graphic designer, it's I'm a bit overwhelmed. That plus for people wondering about my AI agent, Miss Satoshi, you will be airdropped the Miss Satoshi agent on another chain. I'm not going to tell you which chain it is yet, but no, I have not abandoned that project. We're just remaking it. I'm also making that with a company, just so you know. So don't buy any. I don't recommend you buy any now. There's no reason to do that. But for whoever already bought, you will get back something, and possibly it'll be worth it, right? And again, I'm experimenting and I'm learning about AI agents myself and AI and so on.
Paul, a quick question.
If anybody's in, sorry, just quickly, let me finish off everything
Sure.
that I'm doing. This is more because I want to say things that I don't really talk about in videos. Um, if anybody is in um, Romania, Poland, Sweden, Turkey, or Dubai, I will be visiting all these countries in March and June. We will be adding more to these countries. I'll be speaking at some events. I'll be attending some events as a media partner. So if you're in any of these countries or you're close by, we can meet. I will not be going to the US, at least not yet. I have no plans, but it is also a possibility at some point around that area, but not yet. Um, Try to grab this side of the world, baby steps, so to speak. What else? What else? What else? What else? If you're wondering if you should enter the market, if you're out of the market for whatever reason, yes, you should enter the market. You should not be out the market, and you would risk the loss. Again, we don't know, but it's better to be in than out. Um, did we get the dump? We did. We just got in altcoins. Could altcoins go down further? They can. There's so much bullishness and people piling into Bitcoin that the reason the alts didn't dump further and Bitcoin is because Bitcoin didn't dump and didn't create the panic. So we may have got the dump in the altcoins, but Bitcoin's kind of holding strong. So we're getting the dump, but we're not. It's lying to us, if that makes sense. Um, so let's see what happens. I'm still expecting a massive dump in summertime or around summertime. I'm still expecting the top of this bull market to come in this year. Um, I don't expect that. I don't think the top is in yet. I'm still looking at 120, 140K, even though I initially said 100 to 140K. But people need to get wrecked, and yes, we will get a top. Super cycle, extended cycle, all these theories, anything's possible. But until the 4-year cycle has been proven obsolete, there is no reason to trade any other way on any other expectation. Because if you just take the 4-year cycle and you work around the 4-year cycle, whether it comes or doesn't is your best chance to make profits. And if it keeps on going great, you can always re-enter or you can always hold some bags and make some more extra. But I'm not changing the 4-year cycle. I'm not changing my thesis. I'm going to trade like I've always traded these cycles because it's proven to make money. Why change what works until it does? With that said, we can now go into Q&A and I can answer your questions. Shoot.
Paul, a question on that indicator.
Mhm.
Is that just specifically designed just for crypto? I'm guessing it's for stock market too.
It's for stock market too. It's pretty much on anything. I'm
Okay.
basing it on crypto, which means maybe stop losses will show you a little bit for where I would a little bit more leeway and so on. But it's also the way you use it, right?
Mhm.
So once it's ready and everything, we'll look at all the details. And don't forget that the training of it is important as well. So yes, you can get it for $129 a month, and it will probably provide some trading, but the course will have training, and probably we'll see what else we can do to support it. Essentially, I'm getting everything ready so I can also trade, especially in the bear market or towards in this bull market. And because what are we gonna do in the bear market? Sit around waiting? No, we're gonna do something. And this is one thing that I think we can do upgrade the course over time, upgrade this, do that, and then be ready for the next bull market. And yes, you could use it in stocks. I'm planning on using it in stocks. But again, I would not use it day trading. I would use it swing trading. Don't use the hourly chart on it. Use the daily and weekly. I'm gonna I might even make it specific to that on purpose, just so people don't get confused and get wrecked. Not that it won't work, it's just not designed for that, so I can't really back it.
Yeah, it makes sense. I think it will just should not just populate the chart if you are using on hourly 4 hour chart. That's it.
Yeah. But it will have some options to switch on and off for verifications and so on. So you'll be able to see, okay, you know what? This indicator says this. Does it agree, does Elliott trade theory agree with it? Click the button. Oh yeah, it does. Cool, whatever. You will also get a package to other indicators as well that are available that you may want to use, but of course, I did not design these. There's different deals I'm negotiating right now. What I can say is it's probably going to be one of the best products I've ever released. I'm really planning to use it myself as well because it will help me not sit there for hours, and it will help me be able to also use it and even make videos after. And as you can imagine, price goes up, right? As the more videos, the more work I put it, the price goes up. I do not own 100% of it. The company owns 50% of it. They get 50% of everything when it comes to the indicator because I need to update it, maintain it, and so on, work it. I'm not going to sit there, learn how to code and fix it myself. So I don't have 100% say in discounts or anything like that. That's why I'm saying you're probably not going to ever get it cheaper. The best way to do is in the course. I talk to them. I'm like, listen, let's do it for the course for free. They're like, okay, we want so much. I'm like, shit, okay, fine. You know what? I'll just put up the price of the course. And that's why I'm saying it's going to end up being 1,997 over time because it has to also make sense for me to make money.
Okay. Any thoughts on making it as a strategy for trading bots, like you connect it to some?
It will not, I don't know about trading bots, but it will be implemented into a platform where it can be automated so it can trade for you. In other words, you put in 1,000 euros or 10,000 euros and it will trade for you. It will trigger on its own. And it will take into account risk reward. So it will be part of your position, not the whole amount, depending on how strong we were really, really working it.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Shah, yes, we are going to see a bull market. We're in a bull market. We're in between. I saw your question. As I explained in the whole, you make sure you watch from the beginning if you want to understand what I just said. Very important for you. I can't repeat everything. Just go back, watch the video. Very important.
So can I ask you another question about the indicator?
Yeah.
Will it come pre-populating with the stuff you're buying and selling, or we decide what we want to get and feed it to the algorithm?
So if I understand you correctly, if I answer your question, let me know. If not, repeat your question. If the indicator itself as the first version, it will tell you when to buy and sell. And I will train you in the course on how to use it as well. You would use it on TradingView. Later on, it will buy and sell automatically for you, but that comes later. It takes a lot of money and time to get each stage done, if that makes sense. But it's like using, just like you would go to TradingView and you would use Elliott wave theory and it would show you or Wyckoff and stuff like that. This is exactly how you would use the indicator. It will just tell you when to buy and sell and the probabilities.
So this is based, so we will feed it the calls you're putting on the chat, for example. So I'm buying this on that.
It will tell you, yes, you could use the indicator and see calls. I do recommend we use it just for Bitcoin in the beginning and maybe a couple and see how it goes and then start seeing how it reacts on smaller coins. But generally, yes, it's mostly it's mostly designed to call bottoms and tops. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get it to call the bottom, when to enter markets, when to exit markets long term, if that makes sense. So it's designed to call 15.6K. It should have triggered after after it broke 17K, for example. With volume, it's designed to call the double top with the temporary bottom of 30K. It's going to be hard to get it, but it's basically designed for that. So you could use it as a main indicator. It's designed for simplicity. It looks confusing because it has in order to make these calls, it has a lot of elements in it. For example, it has sentiment because it's contrarian based. It actually will. I'm trying to find a way to make it look at how many people are bullish when it's getting toppy, or if they're bearish when it's getting toppy. And if they're bearish, it might not trigger as much. Like it's really like the way I would trade. Any other questions?
Yes, I got a few actually. If nobody wants to talk, sorry.
It's
I'm
not a
on fire.
one-on-one session, man.
I have a few actually.
Like, no,
Um,
can you imagine like how many people are on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's about 10, maybe that's 8, 10 people, like 1 hour each, huh?
Yeah. It's back on what you said at the beginning of the Zoom call. It's nothing other than that. So you said that in the gaming industry, the game tokens, you think that only the one that are stacking with AI will.
I believe that gaming will run. I just think trend stacking narratives together, if they have AI and American based, would be a plus. One thing about Fetch, for example, you're just asking a bit hot. One thing about Fetch, for example, it's based in the UK. I still think it's going to run as an AI, but again, like if you want to play safe, you want to look at narratives and try and stack them together when looking for coins. And
So
again,
you,
have a portfolio because we don't know, like I cannot tell you which one's going to outperform and which one's not. That's why we have a portfolio. That's why we have our high caps, mid caps, low caps, and we have them in each sector, right? Just like I talk about in videos, this is going to be in the course as well, how to build the perfect portfolio, because it's important, because anybody that has done that has not lost money, or at least not a lot of it, compared to others that haven't.
okay. I follow your call. I bought my Bitcoin.
Bitcoin has saved a lot of people on here.
From the very bottom so far, I was still in profit. So
Yeah,
not by a lot, but in profit.
good. Perfect. So, like a lot of like I'm telling you again, a lot of people are wrecked, especially I know this because some of us talk. A lot of people are wrecked, but they wanted to make that fast money. One of the most important things, especially this, you could have gotten away with it last bull market. This bull market, you had to have Bitcoin. That's why I was so. That's why I was saying it strongly. That's why I was, people thought it was a maxi at some point. But it was just obvious that it would have been probably one of the rhyming points, and it is one of the rhyming points that are different, and that's why a lot of people are getting wrecked. Shahid, are you a YouTuber or something? You have a better setup than I do.
I
You
know.
got like full contrast cameras, fucking YouTube lights, angles. Like, what the hell are you? What you a YouTuber, man? What do you do?
No, I'm just I'm a technology consultant. I work with a startup which basically designs applications.
Yeah, you should also be a designer as well. Like it looks really cool what you have there.
It's just my living room. It's just my TV lights and there's some plants in the background. Yeah.
It looked cool the way it was set up though. Like like you had the angle, like everything. I know because I know angles. Like I'm supposed to have a corner and everything, but I never bothered with this one. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I digress.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nice meeting you, Paul. This is my first time seeing you all and meeting you, Paul.
Oh, it is? Okay, cool, man. Nice meeting you, man.
Yeah, I've been following most of the things what you mentioned in the groups and the chats. I had one quick question. So I recently moved some of my allocation into AI and AI agents, and I'm still thinking to put some more money into buying some new narratives. I'm not sure if I should continue to buy AI agents for next maybe 1.5 months.
Yeah, but go for the big ones. Like the safest thing you can do when it comes to AI agents, because it also depends on the capital you put in and everything, right? So, a rule of the thumb for everyone here: when you get into AI agents, get into them based on its chain and based on the not really the quality. That's not the right word. For example, Base is Coinbase. It's a narrative in itself. It's American made. So you have Base. What's the top one on Base? Virtual Protocol. So Virtual Protocol would be your blue chip in the AI industry, and you would have, let's say, you would have Virtual as your blue chip. You would have AI XBT, maybe Vader as your riskier plays. Then you would have SUI. SUI, for example, has SUAI, and then you have Agent S. You can go for the next two, the other ones, but I'd be very, very careful. It's so new that you might as well just go for the top ones there. They can still do multiple X's, even 50X. You don't need to go to the smaller ones. That's just gambling, which I did, but I'm realizing that as time goes by, there's no need because just getting the top ones is still very new. And that way you don't risk as much. Then you have, by the way, SUI is also made in America. Then you have Solana, which is also made in America. There you would go with something like, I was going to say AI XBT, but I would go with something like, well, Colin and Leia would be your high risk, big advantage ones, even though I put in a little bit more money than what people would should put in. And maybe something like, shit, can't remember. Give me a second. Something like Top Hat. Something like Top Hat is good because it's the underlying tech, and so on.
Do you think Virtual's now working with Solana as well? Will that bring in more?
I'm sorry, repeat your question, please.
So I just got some news that Virtual is now going to integrate.
They're moving over to the Solana network. So that's also can be amplified, yes.
Yeah. And in general, overall, how many projects do you think we should hold? Like how many?
Depends on the amount of your portfolio, depends on your risk, depends how much time you're on the computer, you're in tech, so you could probably have it on one screen. For that, a one-on-one coaching would be, I'm not saying it to sell my coaching, ask anybody here. It really does make a difference.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Because I don't know your risk tolerance. I don't know how old you are. I don't know how much you want to invest, how much you already invested in, what your goals are, what your target is. If you want to get a 3X, just go into SUI and wait. If you want to actually trade and have more chance of everything, it all depends on you, right? So it all depends.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna soon book a session with you.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Go for a pack because the prices will go up again.
Okay.
And by the way, guys, prices are not going up because I'm greedy. Prices are going up because I need less time. I'm getting less and less time, and it just makes sense to put the price up so that, I don't have so many people. I don't want to work coaching 5 hours a day. I don't want to do that. That's why I'm making the indicator. So I'm doing this and that. And then it makes more sense because then the coaching will be mostly based on specific things and you'll have the course and everything. In the long term, you'll learn a lot more and then you can use coaching for specific questions and strategies and so on.
I have a few questions.
Okay.
First, let's start with Trump. Still keep holding it? What are your thoughts on Trump?
Depends on how much you have in there. I already took profits, but I'm holding a very small amount of it as a just in case.
Okay. All right. Maybe like 1,000 and under?
I would say 500.
Okay. All right. Virtual.
Maybe even less than that. So you have to understand with Trump, it's either going to bust or go crazy. So if you're looking at a 30, 40X, but it's a 50% chance it'll go to zero, you might as well, even if you have like a couple of hundred in it, it's going to be more than enough to make profits, because you also have to think about taking those profits out and having enough time to take them out and being able to get into other coins. So you don't want to hold too much. You don't want to be greedy. You don't want to be a pig. This year, you don't want to be a pig. This year, you want to be taking profits. I made a whole video about it. I was very insistent on it.
I watched it this morning.
Yeah, so be very, very careful. And also, a rule of the thumb is taking profits in the specific segment or narrative. So if, for example, you have AI agents on base and they're pumping, take profits into virtuals if you still want to get in and there's no topping pattern. That way you're getting the bigger coins, and it's like, and then maybe then you can get into Ethereum, or probably on Solana you can like take profits into Solana. On Sui you can take profits into Sui. That way you still have the big coins, so you're still in crypto. So even if you're not scared, if you make a 5, 10x, whatever, or 100x, or even a 2x or 3x, take profits into that chain, into the base chain. It will protect you because a lot of these coins are going to vanish. Whilst even if you miss the exit, Sui more than likely won't vanish. Solana more than likely won't vanish. And I just remembered what I was talking about with one of my coaching clients. And he was saying, well, why would I get into Bitcoin? Because I can, 3 or 4, I can do a 10x on whatever, or 5x here and get into that one. I'm like, it's very simple. Because a lot of people don't think in extremes, and I'm going to give you an extreme example that's very probable, and people don't like hearing this, but it's very true. People don't think of this. Let's say you're in a coin. It's a great coin. It's a phenomenal. It's utility, this, that. Oh my God, the answer to everything. And the CEO dies. What's going to happen to that project? Or a scandal? But more than likely, it's going to dump into oblivion, whether it's depending on the CEO or not. If the Bitcoin CEO dies, what's going to happen? Satoshi, for all we know, he's dead. There's nothing that can pretty much go wrong compared to other coins. And that's what people are missing. And then always people are thinking how much money I can make in profits and forget about hedging against the economy if there's a crisis or a recession. You're seeing gold go up right now. Why is gold going up, guys? We might get a recession later on this year. So I'm not saying be doom, gloom and everything and, buy pharmaceuticals and firearms. What I'm saying is we need to account for it. So essentially, you want to be careful and you want to hold Bitcoin.
Paul, can you expound a little bit more on strategy, maybe for each narrative as far as taking profit? Because I'm like, okay, such and such is done at 2x. Like, how much do I take?
You always start with your initial investment. That should be the very least. And that depends how much it goes up and how much you put in. For example, if you put in $500 and it goes to $1,000, if $500 is an amount for you that makes sense, which it does, it should make $500 is $500, not just because it's $500. You can put its opportunity cost into something else. That $500 initial investment can go into what? It can go into Solana. So now you have a 500 extra in Solana. You have your Solana back, and you have $500 in that coin. Now let's say do 2, 3x's. Take another 500 and put it back into Solana. Now you're in profits. Now you don't care if it goes to 0, but now you have more holding power. So it all depends. It all depends how you do it. Your initial investment, as a rule of the thumb, should be taken out as soon as it makes sense. And even the 2x can make sense because it's not just that money you're going to lose. It's not, even if it's $100, if you want to go extreme, and like, I don't care if I lose $100 and it goes to $200. Yeah, but if you take that $100 out and put it in Solana, you can put it into something else at some point. It's opportunity.
Sorry, go ahead.
So you want to be taking out your initial investment at the very least.
Okay, so as far as like the AI agent coins, if I was taking profit out of a Sui agent, you're saying put it into Sui.
Yes.
Okay.
That way, because you're not going to exit the market. You're not going to put it into USDT right now.
Okay.
Right? So as long as we're not toppy.
Oh, no. Shall I mix rice like yesterday and give it to you if you can eat it, please?
Okay. So as long as we're not... Sorry, that was... Hi, Max. Anyway, or hi, Max's family. So yeah, basically that.
Okay, thank you.
By the way, you're driving. Hit the like button while you're driving. You're doing 90 on the freeway. It's okay. You're wearing your seatbelt. You can slam on the... Oh, there's no like button. What am I talking about? Max is laughing. He's okay. Max, it's all good, man. Oh, by
Hey,
the way,
Paul.
there's more chat. Wait, guys, there's more chat messages. I think I missed some. Okay, they're all by Shah. All right, I'll answer some of them, okay, as fast as I can. Will G Swift pump? Look, don't ask me if something's gonna pump or not pump. If you have a gaming portfolio and you believe it's gonna pump at some point, hold G Swift. It's also a narrative with AI. It's not American based, but it still has the AI element. Mohammed says, bro, when you take profit, you mean like, I think I just explained it. It depends on the amount and everything, but yeah, at most part, it also depends individually on each person, right? But I think everyone gets the gist. How much should you invest if you want to take profit early, at least $1,000? I will buy it 100x when we, if you buy something with $1,000 and your goal is to make another 1,000, you sell it, you take profits at a 2x, and then you have 500 and 500 to make two different trades. And then you can decide if you can put 500 back in the same trade if you think it's going to go up, and then 500 in something else when the time comes. But this is a reply I can give all days depending on your portfolio strategy and so on. So if you would have coaching, I'm not telling you to get coaching right now. I'm just saying if you had coaching, we would work a strategy based on your needs, your portfolio, your goals, and so on. Your whatever, blah blah blah. Many influencers are telling that Bitcoin. I don't care what many influencers say. I couldn't care. I really don't give a shit. I don't care what influencers say. Just because they're influencers, an influencer may influence you does not mean it influences me. As for it going to 10K in the next bear market, I doubt it. But again, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. There's no reason to think of where it's going to go now. It's too early to even think about it. Why are you putting more thoughts that you don't need? This is hard enough. Why try and predict the future like Nostradamus at the same time? If it breaks 30K, we'll look at the 10K potential, but I seriously doubt it. Like, we didn't get there last time. Why would we get there this time? In a few of your live streams, you keep mentioning dead cat bounce in Bitcoin. What does that mean? Very excellent question. So here, let me show you what dead cat bounce is. I was intrigued by this when I was learning today, but one of my favorite terminologies. So look, we're going up, right? We're going up, and then we start going down. We start going down, and then suddenly it bounces, and it starts going up, and everyone's getting in. That was if it goes down and breaks this point, that's a dead cat bounce. So you imagine a cat, it falls down the building, it falls down and hits the ground, and it goes up a little bit before it goes and slams to the ground. That's a dead cat bounce.
Thank you.
So, for example, the double top with a 30K temporary bottom was essentially a dead cat bounce if you think about it in the long-term time frame. But usually, if you want to be technical, if you want to get textbook, a dead cat bounce is half the way, roughly, of the previous high. So imagine a bar, imagine a building, 10 cent, imagine a building, I don't know, fucking hell. Imagine a building about 100 meters. I don't care. 100 meters. It's a building. Imagine it. 100 meters. Don't break your neck. And something is falling. It hits the ground. It bounces up to halfway and then goes down. It goes down faster. That's basically a dead cat bounce. Let's see. Do you think it'll be a euphoria stage in April or May? Very possible. Very possible, but I'm looking at before May because everyone's saying, okay, here's the deal. Everyone's saying sell in May and go away. That's the saying in stocks. Now, crypto bros are going to start getting this saying, oh, sell in May and go away. It all depends how euphoric it will be in May. If it's very euphoric, chances are, yes, sell in May and go away. If it's not so euphoric, sell in April. Because you have to find the wrecking point that everyone gets wrecked. Now, I'm not telling you to sell in April if it's not euphoric right now. What I'm saying is keep in mind that most people need to get wrecked. So if they're not buying in May into euphoria, chances are we should be taking profits before that. So yeah, you might miss a little high and everything. And again, taking profits is not exiting all markets, right? Taking profits does not mean exit. But generally speaking, they have to get wrecked. Most people need to get wrecked. Sell in May and go away is too easy. That's what I'm saying. What chain is Top Hat in? It would be in Solana, and Top Hat is Top Hat powers Colin, for example, the AI that I have interviewed. That's why I'm bullish on Top Hat. Like it's an infrastructure AI agent play, kind of. But if Colin's talking about it, it means it's telling other people about it. And as you can see, there's a new trend starting that YouTubers are talking to AI agents. So that's another reason why I think AI agents are going to run. Frederick, what's up?
Earlier on in the conversation, you said that if you break 107 for Bitcoin, you're looking at 120 and a drop and back to 140. So when we go to the 120, do we take profit in USDT at that stage and then buy it back?
Good question.
It goes down.
Great question. First of all, don't take 120 as 100%. It's a probable and what I'm looking at, and then you can always change that when the time comes. It depends when you got in, and it depends on your goals. If you already took profits and you want to hold that Bitcoin forever, you don't sell your Bitcoin. If you bought Bitcoin at 15.6K and you're at 120,000 or 110,000 and you want to take some profits and go on a vacation like I did to make some trips because of all this thing I'm doing and invest in here, invest in that, then yes, you're going to take profits. If your girlfriend wants to go shopping, you might have to take some profits, right? It all depends. But the essence is at around 120 to 140, you want to be taking profits from everything, whether it's in Bitcoin or USDT. I cannot tell you what to take it into because it depends on your strategy and how much you want to keep. I'm keeping Bitcoin forever, so I'm getting more Bitcoin and USDT.
Okay, so when you go to 120, theoretical, so we're not taking Bitcoin out in USDT, we take the profit on the altcoins. 20%. So we're taking profit from the altcoins.
No. You're taking profits. If from Bitcoin, you're either taking profits to USDT or you're keeping Bitcoin, and from altcoins, you're taking profits into USDT or Bitcoin.
No, but when we hit 120, that's where we should be looking at taking profit from our altcoins.
All right, let me tell you differently. At 120 to 140, we're looking at a top.
Okay, top.
A potential top. Whether it's the top or not, two different things.
Okay,
but
get it.
I would be taking profits. Now, if you're accumulating more Bitcoin, you take profits into Bitcoin. If not, you're taking profits into USDT.
Got you.
Jerem is asking, hey, Paul, I'm not sure if you spoke on this already, but I'm heavy on XRP and HBAR. Honestly, I'm sorry. I'm laughing because of the XRP, but it's not bad. I think you should hold XRP. I already said that at 72 cents and up, you should have bought XRP. It's good. I'm always thinking of a joke coming at XRP. I don't know why. Honestly, want to take profits on both of them and maybe go half cash, half Bitcoin. Question should I take profits into Bitcoin when the alts run, or would it make sense to go heavier into cash as we would be expecting a bear market? Very good question and probably impossible to answer. HBAR is fine to hold, by the way. It's the American-made crypto, so is XRP. I wouldn't sell now, if that answers your question. I would wait, see if we go up further, and then I would take profits half in USDT and half in Bitcoin. Whether it's a bear market, whether it's I don't know. This is why we go in ranges. This is why we get in and out. This is swing trading, or actually, this is swing investing, because not everyone's we're getting in and we're getting out to be able to multiply. But I cannot answer if it's going to be the top or not. If 120 is going to be the top, but it's potentially very close. It also depends when it gets there, what's going on, a whole bunch of stuff that I will have to look at the time.
Paul, quick question. I put 2 questions in there. I'm not sure if you saw them. And
Just ask them because
okay. Did I understand you correctly? Anything on base is going to be considered, I mean, we think it would be considered US crypto?
Well, okay. I didn't mean that.
Okay.
But base is US based,
Right.
and it's Coinbase. And even if it's not US based crypto, most people won't even know and will still get into those coins.
Okay. But we're not sure if it would
I have
qualify
no
if this
idea.
even comes.
I
Yeah,
don't
okay.
even know if it's going to be tax free. This is just something we're
I
waiting.
know. And then my other question is if someone has limited funds, I feel like it would be wise to get in AI first, since we
Yes.
think that's going to run first, and then maybe take profits into like gaming, like Beam or something.
You could stick to
Or
AI as well. You
just
don't,
okay.
yeah, and Beam is AI, it's gaming/AI.
It is. Okay. And then is it really ETH that I guess help me see, never been through a bull cycle. Is it ETH that's going to lead the way? What are we
Last time I
waiting for
called, well,
the catalyst?
no, last time I called the mini alt seasons and everything when I looked at Bitcoin and Solana. So it's you kind and that's how I knew about that Solana is going to do it well and everything as well. That's why we were so effective. So it used to be ETH. I actually projected it will be different. I did think it's going to run faster, but thank God I got into Solana mostly. Then and then at some point I even said I was calling for ETH, and at some point I'm like, you know what? The charts don't lie. Went under this point, Ethereum, Bitcoin chart. Get out of ETH. Get into Solana. Now we're seeing Ethereum trying to make a move. Do we trust it? We don't know, but but I'll tell you the strategy here. Don't buy Ethereum. Why? Because if Ethereum doesn't run, you're going to get wrecked. You're going to be held, left holding Ethereum. But if it does run, and it's a catalyst for an altcoin season and layer 2s go up, you're holding altcoins anyway. Who cares? You're holding the ones that are going to make more moves. So don't buy Ethereum. Maybe buy Link. Maybe buy layer, you probably have bags of layer 2s left over anyway. Don't worry about it. The best move is not to get into ETH. Or at least not buy extra, because obviously all of us have ETH here. Even I have a bag of ETH on my ledger. Right? So I'm not saying don't have any ETH, but I'm just saying you don't have to FOMO into ETH. You can always FOMO into other coins. Chances are we'll have an alt season if that happens.
So what's your crystal ball telling us?
My crystal ball just spoke.
Okay. I'm just wondering, how do we know this is gonna take off? What are we looking for?
We don't. That's the
I know.
If we knew that, everyone would be rich or everybody would be poor. Because everyone probably get in because everyone knows it will go up, but everything will probably go down because everyone has to get wrecked. So we don't know that. We can only react at most part. We can anticipate, we can look at probabilities. And this is the difference between being a thought leader, like I like to consider myself, and an influencer, which just influences people for whatever they do. If that makes sense. Thoughts on holding massive strategy? It's good. It's especially good for banks and companies that can't buy Bitcoin yet. It's another way to buy Bitcoin. If you have a retirement account, it makes sense. Just be careful. We don't know if, and this is a bit weird what I'm going to say. I don't think this will happen, but what if Michael Saylor gets liquidated? The theory is keep on making debt, buy Bitcoin with that debt, and so on. And I understand that theory, but what if it goes wrong?
Yep,
what if Michael
about.
Saylor is the next SBF, but the good one, and the good one pays for it?
Yep. And how does he make money to
Well, they make money. He makes money by issuing debt to Bitcoin and gives away for it's basically a smart way. So some companies cannot buy Bitcoin because of regulations, but they can buy debt. So they kind of like issue debt, buy Bitcoin, and then they can buy that debt or something like that. I don't exactly know the mechanics, but it's another way of companies getting into Bitcoin. And that's why it's doing so well. You bought Fetch at 1.43. Do you look? I know I'm bullish on Fetch, but at the same time, it's performed horribly. And this is because of all the AI agents. I'm holding my Fetch. If you want to lower your position, that's fine. You're not that far off from now to 143. Me personally, I would hold it, but it's up to you. And I am holding Fetch. I did not sell my Fetch. I did cut my position a little bit though, but only to get into AI agents because I didn't have anything else to get in from. Some point, you just run out of money. There's no way to get into. By the way, fun fact, when you get these special discounts, it's usually because I need money either to go on a trip or I needed to invest into making a product or something like that. So, or I need to buy crypto and I can't or something. Usually it's not because to buy crypto though, but it's usually because I need it. So it's not like, oh, let's just, give a discount, make people buy. No, it's because, right now I could use that and I don't have to sell my Bitcoin if I get that. So I'll put a discount out there. That way I don't have to sell my Bitcoin or my crypto. But if not, then I would have to sell my Bitcoin or take profits. So it's a strategy, being very real and transparent with everyone here. Now, I hope you appreciate that. Any other questions? I'm not gonna go on too long because I do have a lot of things to do. I do have a meeting later on as well. When it goes parabolic, is it usually weeks or months? It can be weeks to months. I would generally this time. I'm imagining, and it's just a hunch, they'll go parabolic for weeks in each sector. So AI agents, 2 weeks, take profits, another week in something else in the sectors we just mentioned. But I don't know. But make sure you take advantage of those 2 weeks. All right. So that's concluded for today. I hope I answered all, if not most, your questions. Again, super excited about the indicator. I really think it's a big deal. If anybody would ask me right now, what should I get? Just because of the indicator, I would say the course. And also, again, prices are going to go up. I can't warn them. They already went up suddenly. They're going to do it again. I can't warn because I don't know. Keep in mind that if you want it, get it now. Best time to get it. And Jim, please don't drive upside down. It's very dangerous. What you're doing.
No, I have no idea why that happened.
Paul, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about earlier because I literally landed, got through the front door, and my wife was feeding my youngest, so she was talking enough. Sorry to everyone for that.
I just saw a face. I didn't see no feeding, man. Don't worry.
No, they were talking and it disturbed the meeting. So,
okay.
Just thanks for everything so far, man. Really, really appreciate
You're welcome,
it.
man. You're welcome.
And your book, I recommend everyone to get that book.
Success IAO,
because now I can understand your mindset and I can understand your psychology around how and why you do what you do. And it's just something which can help you in every part of your life. So yeah, great. I've reread the first part a few times because there's just so much to take. I haven't even got onto the main parts of it yet. I've just been reading mostly about yourself. And a lot of respect to you.
Thank you, man. That was the first part of what happened to me as well. A lot has happened since then because that was the first book I wrote.
Yeah, no, it is excellent, honestly. Like, I'm so glad I got that. And plus, I have to advise my son because he started med school now, so that's why I was in Bulgaria. So I said to him I said, look, I'm going to send you some screenshots. I want you to read this because it's amazing. Honestly, it's so amazing, and a lot of respect to you. I understand when you understand the man, then you understand. You know, it's there's a lot to you. So hopefully, even if I get to 10% of what you are, I think I'll be all right. But yeah, it's enough of. I don't want to sound like I'm.
No, keep going, keep going.
Yeah, like a bit going on, but I was really impressed. So thank you.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
A lot of that's going to be in the course as well. That's why I put think like the crypto factor as well. It's not just thinking about markets, about thinking in general. And I'm thinking about putting a lot of that stuff in the course as well, or maybe make it a separate course as well.
Perfect. I'm gonna mute myself now because I don't want to keep you waiting. I know you got a meeting, so
yeah. So
take care,
okay,
everyone.
thank you, man. We appreciate you, bro. All
No.
right, so that concludes our meeting for today.
Just before you go, is your book available as audiobooks?
No, I do have somebody that has that I can pay, I think about $1,000 something that would make it into an audiobook. I'm not going to do it myself. I won't have the time to do it myself. I'm thinking about it and I might actually do it. But until then, it's on Amazon, basically. And you could also buy it. I think you could also get a PDF version directly if you use the website, cryptofactor.net.
Just another point, because sorry, the audio, I recommended that because it would add another dimension to it. But when you listen to Paul enough and you're reading it, it's like you got his voice in your head. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, goodbye.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone. I really appreciate you. And yeah, watch that video today that came out if you haven't already. Today is Friday, so I guess I'll see. Well, I won't see you, but I will. You'll be around in the live stream on Sunday. Most of you, anyway.
Okay. Thank you for your time, Paul.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Paul.
Bye.
Thank you.